Ahoy, Archer here. Today I want to show you guys pretty much a new take of on an older style PVC pipe bowl. What I'm talking about is the horse bowl, and if you guys don't remember it, it's pretty much like this right here. This is the first style that was coming out, the regular straight round PVC pipe, with the bends and everything to make a horse style bowl. This is my wife's bowl that I built for her. It's one of the first bowls I've actually made. Still going. Well, anyway, I decided that I really like this particular design on the bowl, but I also like the new technology that's came out recently. With technology, what I mean by that is the flattened or tapered style PVC, basically where you heat up the PVC and you put it in the jig and you flatten it down. There's a lot of people that basically do that on YouTube, and namely the Backyard Boyer. He's pretty much the guy who inspired me to start building PVC pipe bowls. And basically what I want to do is I wanted to make this with the new technology. I haven't seen that yet. I've seen variations of it, but not a single straight piece of PVC pipe. So that being said, I came up with what I think is a pretty decent version of it, and it actually works. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you guys through the part-time real-time scenario. What I mean when I say part-time real-time, if you haven't seen my videos in the past, part-time real-time means I'm pretty much halfway done with my project, and I'm gonna take you guys through the steps on how to get from the beginning to where I'm at now. With that being said, first thing we're going to do now is we are going to figure out what size pipe you want to use. In my project, I used a 1-inch Schedule 40 white PVC pipe, 50 inches long. But after you make your bends and everything, it comes out to 43 inches long, and it's 45 pounds at 27 inches. So basically, for demonstration purposes, I just have a scrap piece of PVC. So what you're going to do here is you're basically going to measure out the length of your PVC. So if this was 50 inches, measure it up to the center. You're going to mark your handle, mark the center, and then 4 inches above, 2 inches above, and 2 inches below. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your flattening jig and your heat gun. You're going to heat up your pipe from your center down, and then you're going to put it in your jig. If you want more detail on how to do this part of this build, check out the Backyard Boyer's video. He has a very good tutorial on how to make your jig and how to flatten your pipe. So once you basically do that, you flatten everything down, you end up with your tapered down PVC pipe. From there, what you want to do is you want to go from your center mark, from your bottom of your handle mark, and you want to measure. Oh, correction. Next thing you'll need a pot. Forgot about that. I use a 9-inch diameter soup pot. You really want to ask your wife's permission or your parents' permission before you decide to take their pots. You know, a lot of these pots do cost a lot of money. You're not going to damage it, but you know, some people are very picky on their cooking ware. So basically, make sure you get some permission before you decide to take people's pots. If you can't get their permission and you can't find the pot, go to your local Salvation Army or thrift store. You can pretty much find a pot for probably about $2, depending on where you're at. Okay, that being said, 9-inch diameter pot. So from the base of your handle mark, you're gonna measure 9 inches for your pot. That's where your bend's gonna be in. So what happens is basically you end up with something like this. From your base of your handle to 9 inches, you measure that out. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna use your heat gun. You're gonna heat your pipe up just until the bend starts to puff up just a little. You don't want this to get full circle. You want it just to puff up with enough, just enough so you can bend this. So what you're gonna do is after you get your thing you get your pipe all puffed up to where you want, you take your handle, basically hold your handle in, and try not to knock anything down here, and you push it on your pot, and you hold it, you roll it around, you roll it down, and what you want to do is you want to put some gloves on, or use a napkin because this will be hot. You push this down. You don't want it to pancake. You just want to have the same, I guess, depth or diameter of what it was out when it came out of the jig. So what you do is you pretty much bend it over, smooth it out, get it to where you want it to be. After that pretty much cools, you do the same thing to the next side, 9 inches, and put it on your pot. Do the same thing. You really want to make sure your knocks line up with your bends. You really want everything basically to line up really well. So with that, the next thing you want to do is you want to heat up from your 9-inch mark all the way to your tip, and pretty much put it on your pot. Kind of got to do a little bit more tweaking on it. You can kind of see it kind of had an area where it didn't quite get flush, but it still works. Doesn't need to be perfect. You can pretty much eyeball this at this section. It's not an exact science. I'm pretty sure there's guys out there that can turn this project into an exact science project, but I like to do things by hand and just kind of eyeball it and just see if it works. The next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to cut out your knocks like that. Basically what I did was from the flattened PVC, once this thing is flat, you go straight up. Again, the Backyard Warrior has a tutorial on how to do this in one of his videos, so you can go check that out. Basically, you make a V, and then you go with your heat gun, you heat it till it closes, you put some glue in there, and on the cracked area, the area where there's cracks, you go ahead and you put some, I use Magic Putty. It's basically an epoxy putty. Put it on there, you let it set, and then you sand this guy down till it's really smooth. Then you go ahead and you make your knocks, and you end up with pretty much a horse bowl. I strung this up and I shot it several times. I think I shot it almost 100 times already. It works very well. So I'm going to go ahead and string this up and put it on the scale and show you guys basically what I came out with. Oh, and by the way, my string I'm using is 550 paracord. I know I'm probably going to get that question later on, what type of string you use. And it doesn't make the greatest string, but it works. Alright, so you see that there? Strung up, shell strung. So, take the scale. And my draw length is 27 inches, and we'll see. I believe this came out to 45 pounds on the last time, but we'll double check. And we've got 45 pounds. So basically I got a 45 pound bowl at 27 inches. There is one more thing I want to show you guys that you guys want to make sure it gets done pretty much well. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this though. So basically you want your bowl to pretty much be, if you lay it on a level flat surface, you want your bowl to pretty much be the same on both ends when you put it down. You don't want too much of a gap. You know, sometimes if you don't bend this right, you'll end up with a higher gap, a higher limb, and then you pretty much got to reheat and shape it till you get it there. Like I said, I did all this by eye, so there are some areas that are a little bit off, but for the most part, the bowl works, the bowl shoots, and I pretty much got the desired effect that I was looking for as far as flattened PVC horse bowl. Works great. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave it in the comments, and let me know what you guys think. I'm only my next video. I'm gonna have this bowl will be completed, and we can go shoot it outside. Well, until next time. Check you guys later.